All right, folks, I am Tom Downey. Go follow me on Twitter at WhatGoingDowney. My DMs are always open. And download the MyTV Choice app, mytvchoice.com. Get rid of March Madness commercials and chats. Have chat sports content instead. So some super chats we got to catch up on here. There we go. Jordan Thomas, why play risky with the defensive line every year? Yeah, I agree. I don't have an answer for you because the Cowboys shouldn't. I think you're spot on there, Jordan. I don't understand it. It's a dangerous game the Cowboys are playing right now. Now, in the end, I think it'll end up being okay, but that is what it is. Ahmed's mad online, says, don't listen to Tom Downey. FD Law, he still owes us the 2 years he was hurt. He is worth $19 million. It's kind of weird to me that you're mad that he was hurt for 2 years, and yet you want to pay him $19 million. That's a lot of money for an FD Law comment. But, at the same time, I do kind of get where you're coming from. The injuries were a red flag early in his career, but he's played the past two. And players get paid on what they've done lately. And DeMarcus Lawrence lately has been a top 5 edge rusher in the NFL. That's just what it is. Antoine Myers with a good philosophical question. Okay. The question is, would you overpay Dak just because it's the going rate? How outlandish do I want to get with this one? Because I've got a very deep, dark secret about what I think teams should try to do with the NFL with quarterbacks. I think in the end, as long as it's under $30 million, I can live with it because I don't have an alternative. If the Cowboys had a different plan in mind, then no, I wouldn't pay I wouldn't pay Dak Prescott. I might not even pay DeMarcus Lawrence. But with the way their roster is constructed, and I'm trying to win right now, I think in the end, the best option for the Cowboys is to overpay Dak Prescott. Now, if you have a different idea, I'm all ears, because I do worry a little bit about that type of money. But at the same time, you do it this offseason. It brings it down from like $29 million per year to $24.5 because you have that last year of the super cheap first-time contract. And in 3 years, it's going to be super far below market, if not 2 years. So that's kind of an answer, I guess, to that super chat there, Antoine. Johnny Lopez, is the Iloka signing better than the Randall Cobb signing? I'll approach it from a value in terms of money versus impact, so it's kind of a hybrid there. Look, George is not guaranteed a roster spot. So in terms of like upside, it is George Iloka. In terms of likely impact, I think it's Randall Cobb. But in the end, these are both really, really good options there. All right, from Ark Pizarro, and producer Brett wanted this one. What about Myles Gaskin of Washington or Alex Barnes of Kansas State as backups for Zeke? I'm on board. I mean, maybe not even round 4. They might be on board in round 5. So either of those guys, yes. And that, by the way, folks, is why I don't want to draft a running back early. Wait till round 4 with your comp pick. Round 5, there will be some quality backs that can help play behind Zeke Elliott. Aaron William Darryl Winters, long name, says, did the Cowboys have any interest in Suh? Not at what I think his price tag is right now. At some level, yes. I mean, they have an interest in any player at some level, but I don't think it's the interest at the amount that it's going to be realistic for now. That could change, and heck, maybe it's an Eric Berry type deal where no one wants him, and then the Cowboys get back in the race there. From Bryant, if we pay Lawrence all the money, we will lose one of the 3 players, Zeke, Dak, or Amari. He's not worth it, doesn't show up in big games. Trade him to get a first rounder. So, again, if you're trading Tank to get a first rounder, that means he's a really good player because other teams feel the same way. By the way, if you pay DeMarcus Lawrence $22 million, you absolutely have it budgeted to afford Zeke, afford Dak, and afford Amari Cooper. Now, depending on where you get that first round pick, I'm also still open to it. It just depends on what player you're targeting. Maybe it's a draft night trade where if someone like Ed Oliver falls to, let's say, number 13 with the Dolphins, maybe that makes a little bit more sense then. Mr. Payne 522 with the latest signings, what are the biggest needs from the draft and who do they target first? I still think that safety makes sense there. I think safety is a big target for the Cowboys. Defensive line on the interior and on the edge. And then you're looking more at depth areas, running back depth. I think you're looking at maybe tight end depth. Possibly some linebacker depth. And then your sneaky need, by the way, is actually at cornerback, which I know it hasn't been mentioned a lot on the show, but cornerback is a sneaky need for the Cowboys because I'm a big Byron Jones fan, but Byron and Anthony Brown's deals are up after this coming year. And then it's Cheeto and Jordan Lewis's turn. And you can't pay everybody. Guess what? You cannot pay big money to Byron and Cheeto, Anthony Brown, and Jordan Lewis. So if there's a developmental guy the Cowboys like in the middle rounds, don't be surprised if a cornerback goes off the board earlier than you might think there to the Dallas Cowboys. Another super chat coming in from Stelios300. I don't sign the checks, but meet in the middle. I'd pay D-Law $21.5 for 5 years. I think it's a fair trade, or a fair middle ground. I'd do it. I think that if Tank's agent came down, that Stephen Jones would say yes. I would hope that's the case. I know, look, it's a negotiation. Both sides share some blame in this not being done yet. I'm not arguing that Tank's perfect by any means or anything like that. But I think 21.5 is a fair middle ground there. And in reality, look, Tank's leverage changed the minute Randy Gregory got suspended. Like, at that point, the Cowboys had no other ulteriors on the edge. So I'd say 21.5, I'd get it done. Heck, I'd even do 22.5, but that's just me. Rife K, or from Jim Thompson, excuse me, says Cobb is better. That's fine. I don't have a big issue with that one. I do like the Randall Cobb pickup. In terms of impact, I think you're right. Matt S., are you not worried with D-Law's injury history? He's been injured every year. Sooner or later, it's going to catch up to him. You're not wrong that he's been hurt, but he also played through a torn labrum this year and was fantastic the past 2 seasons. That's been the case for both of those years. So it is a little bit worrisome, but like J.J. Watt has a really bad injury history and he's okay. So I'm not panicking yet about D-Law's injury history, but I do acknowledge there is the risk, as with almost any deal, that he gets hurt real bad and it looks real bad for the Cowboys down the road, like, for example, Cam Chancellor and the Seattle Seahawks. Adam Lee Zungia, what about Zach Allen or Lil Jordan Humphrey? I think I botched the last name, my bad. Or Miles Boykin. Round 2, I think, is around the Zach Allen range. I don't think he's all that different than Anthony Nelson in terms of the role he'd played. He's a bit of a tweener to me. Is he an interior or an edge guy? There's enough to work with there, but he kind of falls in that Tyrone Crawford type mold. Miles Boykin, I'm looking, I don't know, around top 100, somewhere in that range. Super freak athlete, like rare size-speed combo there. So I'm intrigued by him if he's on the board in round 4. And Lil Jordan Humphrey, I know a lot of you guys like him. He's not a very good athlete. So I'm fine with a late round pick, but there might be other receivers that I would prefer, for example, like a Stanley Morgan. Fernando Gonzales, move up in the draft for a star corner and move Byron back. How dare you, sir? Why are you guys trying to move Byron back to safety again? What is going on here? No, keep Byron at corner. He finally had a really good year, and you want to put him back where he didn't thrive? He was not good as a box safety. Why are you trying to put him back there? Now, I am okay with the idea of moving up for a corner, but if you're going to move a corner to safety, it's probably a Woozier. I'm not putting Byron Jones back as safety ever again. I pounded the table for months for him to play corner. They finally did it. It paid off. I'm not sending him back there ever again. Now that I've calmed down a bit here, today's show is brought to you guys by the My TV Choice app. If you download the app, you'll be entered to win a $50 Amazon gift card. That's mytvchoice.com. And oh, by the way, DM me on Twitter at WhatGoingDowney. If you send me a screenshot, we'll hook you guys up with a second entry into that free that $50 Amazon gift card. And you got to sign up too, of course, as well. So download and sign up at mytvchoice.com. From Wendy Mason, I like this one. This is fun. Should we call Sean Payton to see what he wants to do as far as tanks to be the next head coach for the Cowboys? Given that the Saints moved up for Marcus Davenport, I think Sean Payton would like to pay DeMarcus Lawrence. Andrew, I believe it's pronounced Doe, if I recall correctly from a previous show. I hope I didn't get that wrong, Andrew. Juan Thornhill or Darnell Savage? Dealer's choice. I love them both. A little bit different types of players. Juan Thornhill is kind of closer athletically to like a Byron Jones, actually. He's played corner. That could be his type of comparison. But Virginia played him a lot in the box. Darnell, so his comparison somewhere between, in terms of absolute highest upside, Eric Berry in terms of the way he's used, and then Byron Jones in terms of how he might actually play in the NFL. Darnell Savage, you guys know I'm a big fan. Several of you are now as well, and I'm very happy about that. More of a LaMarcus Joyner type. In the end, either works. I think the Cowboys might prefer Juan Thornhill between the two, but I'll be happy if either of those are the picks there for the Cowboys. Hey Cowboys fans, thanks for watching the Cowboys Report. If you haven't already, click right here to subscribe to our channel for all the best Cowboys coverage on the internet. That's news, rumors, highlights, mailbags, film studies, and a whole lot more. And I'm making your lives a little bit easier as well with the next Cowboys Report video right here.